Margaret Ann Windsor, and I'm going to finish the third tape. This is May the 18th, Sunday of 2014. I want to finish the tape because over there's, it gets too long. I have to give background so you know what I'm trying to say. This is, I'll go back over here and just scan it. This is Elizabeth, the illegal monarch, New World Order member that's in place, global government. Charles. This is my Uncle George, her father. They're illegal. George, in 1939, the year I was born, was with Roosevelt. They hijacked the monarchy. My father, King Edward VIII, was married to American-Irish Claudia Ruth O'Keeffe, my mother, Windsor. This is Georgia, my aunt, artist. So my father never married Wallace Simpson. That was all contrived, and that's how history would leave it. That my father just was flaky and gave up the monarch. Total lie. Because of the New World Order, which she's a part of now, and the Windsors, orchestrated the whole thing. The Tsar Nicholas murder, the Woodrow Wilson. The American government, remember, has been part of the Freemasons or New World Order ever since it existed, and that's not just my word for it. But anyway, this is Wallace Simpson, imposter. They took down my father, 99-year seal, and kidnapped me. Now then, NSA, just the tip of the iceberg. I wrote about before I found out about being kidnapped, but by the way, I have to say this, I'm in rags. I'm living here, but I understand I have to be out, not because of anything I've done, what they've done, but that's another story here. Rent's paid, always has been. But I wrote about mind control murders before I knew about my kidnapping and my real name in '83. But these have continued. I wrote the book MD License to Kill when Larry Flint was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia. He was shot while I was doing the book, March the 6th of '78. And the guy was programmed to shoot him and kill his attorney. And this is just some of them. I got a letter from the FBI, June the 23rd of '79, ongoing investigation, national security law, from William Harper, the Commonwealth attorney, the U.S. attorney there in Atlanta. This is one of the mind control murders. It's Gabby Gifford, the U.S. Congresswoman out in Tucson, Arizona. Her husband is Mark, and Scott is the twin to Mark Kelly, her husband. And this is my sons, Mark and Scott, and me, made a long time ago. They're heir to the crown. I don't even know where they are. Nobody will touch it. This is James Holmes of the Aurora, Colorado. That's mind control. And these, let me remind you, have been done in patterns, because mind control is an invisible murder weapon. You can use it in mass, and that's where they've gone with the global government that they've imposed, and it's there now. But this man is being treated with psychotic drugs and being locked up, and he'll probably die or his life is hell. He was programmed. So why don't you people go after the programmers instead of going after a man who's a victim himself, just like at Virginia Tech next door to me, the mass shootings, and there's a bunch of other stuff that happened at the colleges here, University of Virginia, that mind control was used, and they can be proven. But anyway, like the Fort Hood psychiatrist that shot his fellow soldiers, and he finished school. It's not just that. He finished school at Tech, and he was even born here in Roanoke, Vinton. It's all the same here. This is Timothy McVeigh, who they put to death in Oklahoma City bombing. He told everybody that U.S. implanted a chip up his buttocks, and this is William, that they put a chip in his arm, so if he got kidnapped, like they did me, his great-great-grandfather and his grandmother, so they could find him. It's okay to kidnap me. I'm not talking about the British government. Now, I wanted to go to this, if I can get it on here. In '85, I was put back on the road after working in grottos and pumping gas, and I still had the overalls, and I ended up going back up there, I think, once. And then the last time I went here, I was on the road in bad condition and nowhere to go. It had me blocked and everything. But this was in, I believe, well, I know it was, during the last of June of '85. I'm in Carlisle, Kentucky, and they had moved from Sandy Hook, where that she always lived. They had a farm up there, and her husband was born there. Now, she's who I thought was an aunt, Annie Dempsey Carter. Her mother was grandmother of the twins, so I thought the mother was my grandmother, too. I was told that. And anyway, because I had all this, I just found out in late '83 my real name and kidnapping and all that, and had the birth certificates on me of the twins that were marked through, blatantly marked through, the date and month and everything, from the state of Alabama, Montgomery. Now then, I want to get to this because the tape's going to run out. I was up there, and thank God the police in Carlisle, Kentucky, outside Lexington, and Paris, Kentucky, were good cops and sheriffs. Anyway, I went in there, and I had the overalls that I had worked in. I had the Hustler car the first time. They called Annie Carter and told her I was there, and I went over and met her. And they, I hadn't seen her in a long time. They took me out to their farm, which is way out from Carlisle. It's out in the country. And I'm afraid of these people. When I had the car, a Hustler car, it was different. I could leave, but they've again got me on the side of the road, literally begging for a place to go and food. So I'm up there, and she won't leave me. She won't get away from me or anything. What I wanted to say was she admitted, this is because I had the Hustler car, and she was afraid of Larry Flint and that he would print it or something. And she told me, she says, well, you know, my phone's been bugged. The phone company's been out here at least 2 weeks before you came. So she was connecting it to me coming. Now, if I said that, they would have called me paranoid and threatened to lock me up or something. Now then, she admitted that her mother, who I thought was my grandmother, the grandmother of the twins, had told them that to keep it quiet, the kidnapping and the killing of the twins. Lina killed her own twins, Peggy and Carl. And they kept this all these years. If I hadn't found this out myself, been told, she would never have said it. But she wouldn't leave me alone. If it hadn't been for the sheriff there being on my side and they were afraid of him, they would have tried to kill me, I have no doubt. But I want to say this. We went to a TVA picnic, if I can get it on here, which that's an electrical thing that started in the 42, etc. Anyway, she made me go with her, and she's afraid I'm going to tell it, as if the sheriff didn't know it or to someone. We got there at the picnic under this huge tent. And it's called Tennessee Valley Authority is what it is. It's an electrical. But anyway, we got there, and she made me sit by her. And then when they saluted the American flag, I didn't stand. Well, she went into orbit about it. Can you believe this? She's just admitted that they know who I am. Kidnapping. My flag is a Union Jack. She's admitted she knew that I'm the monarch of Great Britain, all of it, as they've always known it, and helped hide it, cover it up. Now then, the thing that got me was a big, huge trunk opened up there on stage that they were having, this picnic and a show, and out came a man. And had the Union Jack